My brother's forgiven me. He, Dr. Hung, Brother Numsi has forgiven me. Dear brother, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah!
Welcome to Brother Noosey. This is season 5. This is episode number 2. Appreciate you for joining us again. Again, like we said last time, we're gonna be a little bit more consistent this time. So I appreciate you joining us again,
Yeah, for
brother. You all
sure.
right?
Yeah. No, I was looking at my I got some branding on my shirt. I don't know, they ain't sponsoring me or nothing. So they give me a good discount for being in the military, but they ain't sponsoring me. So I don't know if that's supposed to show or not. I'm just gonna let
I
it
don't see.
ride.
I don't see nothing.
It'll show up, it'll pop up and pop out, but it'll be all
Okay,
right.
got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
What's good, man?
All right, not much, man. I appreciate you for getting out the first episode in a timely manner.
I tried. I tried. I forgot how much it's pretty simple format, but like just going to get movie posters and trying to put some stuff in there.
Yeah,
So
all the added stuff.
so everybody can see and then putting the markers in and all that type of stuff. So hopefully you can skip to the next thing. But yeah, nah, it was good to get back to editing. I hadn't edited anything in a little bit and then go out a little not necessarily a short, but just some imagery. Same thing that's in the beginning. Did select clips for that. We got a new logo. What's up?
Yeah, got a new logo.
We doing it big in season 5. Let's go.
That's right. That's right. But the very first episode, I think it got some good traction. I know some people reached out to me and said that they glad that we back. They said that they enjoyed the first episode and was looking forward to more.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was really no promotion either. At least not on my part. I ain't throw it out to nobody. I just put it out there, and then even one of my friends hit both of us up and was like, "Oh,
Right.
what y'all doing this again?" Like, so it was a pleasant surprise for I guess a couple people that actually liked and subscribed and followed. It just kind
Right.
of popped up on their timeline.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been about a week or so. So with
Hmm.
a lot of
It's
things
two
has
weeks.
happened in the week.
Yeah,
2 weeks. I'm
two
sorry.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of things has happened. So let's jump right into some things. I think we should just jump right into the obvious, what everybody's talking about right about now, which is Sinners.
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
haven't seen it, but I heard that
Shame.
you have.
Shame. I don't
I know,
understand
I
how
know.
you can call yourself a
Hey,
black man in this country right now and ain't
hey,
seen a
brother.
movie. You got to
Hey,
go
calm
support.
down. Hey,
You know what I
hey,
mean?
simmer down,
Rebels.
simmer down, simmer down.
Nah, it's a good movie. Not gonna go into it, not gonna ruin it for anybody that hadn't seen it, to include yourself. But strong
It's pretty
recommendation.
much out there now about
That's
what's
what I keep hearing as I talk to
it.
people, and I'm like, Sinners is a good movie. You should go. Like, have you seen it? And they're like, nah, I ain't seen it. And I'll be like, well, it's just one part that I want to kind of tell you about. And they're like, it's already been spoiled. You can go ahead and
Yep,
just talk about the movie openly. Like the whole movie's been spoiled. I'm like,
basically.
man, that's up. It
It's the
shouldn't
day
be
and
that
age we
way.
live in. Yeah.
Yeah, but it ain't no major twist in the movie anyway. It's not a Jordan Peele reveal type situation or M. Night
So let me ask you
Shyamalan.
this. Let me ask you this question though. I hear that it definitely is a good movie, but did you watch it in regular theater or you went to the IMAX?
Nah, so it was regular. I learned about the IMAX formatting. Actually, the day that I went to go see it, somebody was telling me how like it had different aspect ratios depending on how you
Hmm.
went to go see it and stuff. So it'd be very interesting when it comes out on digital, how he releases it on digital. Um, because I already paid for it once. I'll buy it, but I probably ain't gonna go back to the
You want to go
theater and
see it
see it
again?
again. Nah,
But it's not enough to go see it in IMAX. Like I want to go see it in IMAX.
I'm sure it is, but like Thunderbolts is coming out this weekend, so I'm sure it's
Yeah.
gonna be moved off the platform. So like I think a little too late. You know what I mean?
Nah,
Like I think
nah.
because like even 4DX is moved off of that and they put the Accountant 2 in this spot. So
Hey. What you just say? You said support black businesses. So support black
I'm
films and
sorry, did
art.
you see it?
No, I haven't yet. But what I'm
Oh,
saying
okay.
is,
Okay. I thought you
what
saw
I'm
it
saying
already and you
is,
was going back to see it in IMAX or something. Like
no.
you was
What I'm
double
saying, you do.
supporting.
You only want to see it one time. You should go see it multiple times in the
I just
theater.
said I'm gonna buy it on digital when it comes out. It's that good.
Buying on digital and going to go see it in the movie theater is two different costs.
I'm a homebody. You know what I mean? Like I'm at the point now where I do like
Blah
to
blah
watch
blah
stuff at my house.
blah blah blah. all right. But I
But
do plan on going seeing it.
yeah, strong
That's
recommendation.
real
It's
quick.
essentially what a Jordan Peele movie should be. Uh, it don't go off the rails. So, nah. Okay, go ahead, real quick.
No, no, no. Well, I just wanted to say also in regards to the Sinners is watching his a couple of his interviews. Have you seen any of those?
Ryan
With
Coogler.
him, yes.
So I've seen
That,
a little bit. I'm actually listening to a podcast that he was doing about it as well.
the reason why I brought it up is because I think that somebody needs to put him in some coaching speaking classes. Like, the brother really can't speak.
No, I
Um,
think that's him.
he
He's been
can he
like
can
that the whole
direct.
time. Nah,
He
he's
can
been like that
direct
the whole time.
well, but I mean, hey, it comes with the territory. It comes with the job. How are you directing people in a movie setting? But when you get on camera to go talk about your movie and to pub it up or answer questions about different aspects of the movie, you can't get it across.
I feel like you shaming him right now.
I mean,
Honestly,
hey,
so I think one, he's not meant to be in front of the camera. Like he's not, I don't think he ever anticipated to be in front of the camera. But two, I I honestly think he has probably like a speech impediment.
mm,
Um and but on top of that, he has a very strong Bay Area accent, right? So when you put those things together, it sounds like he's kind of mumbling,
nah,
but I think it's just how he talks. I don't think it has like it's just like he's probably on set doing the exact same thing
mm. It could be, very well
because
could
he's
be.
been like
I'm
that
just
since Fruitvale Station. Like I remember watching his interviews for
fruit.
Fruitvale.
Yeah, I know you're
I,
talking
I can't hear myself, but yeah, for Fruitvale Station, and then same thing with Creed. Like all his interviews, he's done the same thing the whole time. Like I
So
hear no
maybe I never paid
difference.
attention to it, him talking before until now. Then maybe that's what
Hmm.
it is.
Yeah,
So,
get off
but
the brother's
still,
back.
hey, brother, hey, if you in front of the camera, you should know how to talk. That's all I'm saying. No matter if you have a speech impediment or not, that's all I'm saying. You making enough money.
I mean, I don't think everybody was meant for that or expected to do that. You know what I mean? His stuff hits. So people honestly want to talk to him because he has a proven track record now. So, and then with his relationship with Michael B. Jordan, it's easy to put him out there with Michael B.
Mhm.
Um, it's no different than like a Quentin Tarantino or Christopher Nolan. Like these are directors. Some of them act as well, Quentin, but they didn't mean to be in front of the camera. It's just the fact that they have a proven track record now. So now people really want to hear from them and see their process. But you don't Joe Schmo that directed, you know, the straight to Netflix movie, you don't go talk to him. You know what I mean? Like unless it's on the indie circuit, but it's not blown up to the proportion that is happening with Ryan Coogler right now. So I say give him a break. He's probably just kind of thrown in that situation. Um, Ryan, I would love to work with you. I don't know what this dude is talking about. You know, I'll hold a light on your set, whatever you need, brother. I support you.
Hey, I'll let you know what I think about the movie, and we can get a little bit into it.
Yeah.
I that later on. So
Mhm.
by the next episode, we can dig into it a little bit more.
Okay.
All right. So a movie that I did see over
Mm-hmm.
the weekend was Havoc.
Mm-hmm. Netflix
Um, Netflix series Havoc with Tom Hardy.
movie. Netflix movie.
Yes.
Tom Hardy.
Um, I, I thought again, if you watch the movie for what it is, which is entertainment, it is a good movie. Shoot 'em up, bang bang type movie. Storyline is very mid to low. It's
Mm-hmm.
really, I mean, the storyline is not as great as it could have been, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not watching it for the storyline. I'm watching it for the action, and they did give me all of that. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it after your recommendation, yours and our father's recommendation.
No.
Both of y'all hit me up, I think, the same day. So I was like, I guess I gotta watch this movie. Um it's little movie behind the scenes, like it's directed by the same dude that did the Raid films.
Hmm.
Garrett Evans, I think is his name. But at any rate, uh the beginning threw me off a little bit just because I don't know if it's AI or like uh almost cartoon, but like it has this real slick look to it that I can't explain, but it kind of threw me off. But the movie kind of settles in after a while. It's almost like Sin City. Like we've seen Sin City just with
Mm,
color, just the way that it's shot in the beginning, very green screeny, with the car chase in the beginning. But other than that, like that's the only time I ever felt that way is when they were in vehicles. Everything else I felt like was really good. There's a club scene that I thought was amazing. And I wish it was actually kind of more like that. Like I wish they would had a couple more set pieces like
mhm.
that one. But other than that, like I'm with it. Like I didn't dive deep into the storyline and try to break it apart and nothing. It was good. It held my attention and it did what it needed to do.
Good, good. So I was about to ask you, you know what I'm saying? You never said if you liked it or not, but then you just said something about it.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I liked it. I mean,
Yeah.
especially
The
for
only
Netflix. See, here's it's kind of the caveat. The Netflix I ain't gonna say okey doke or nothing like that, but like I don't know how I would have felt if I would have went to the theater and paid additional money to see it.
mm,
You know what I mean? Sometimes stuff drops that I think we give more liberty to the viewing experience because it dropped on something that we already paying for. So it's like an added bonus. Like would I went to the theater and saw this? I don't know. I love Tom Hardy, so maybe, but I didn't see the last couple of Venoms in the theater, so maybe not.
nah, that's true. Me either. One thing about the movie that I really did like threw me, I guess you can say, is the girl in the movie. Spoiler alert, I guess, because I'm gonna talk about the movie. The girl in the movie seemed all helpless and everything, and then all of a sudden, in that club scene, she starts killing people. I was like, okay,
Oh,
where did she get these skills from? Is
talking about
she
Louise
Liam Neeson?
Guzman's niece.
Yeah, she like,
Yeah.
did she have some skills that we don't understand, we didn't know about from the very beginning? Like she never said or done anything up until that point in the movie, and then the
Mhm.
first time she killed somebody with a machete, she act like she did it before, and she just kept on going.
Nah, I think there was a moment of hesitation in her face at first. Like it was like,
It
oh
wasn't
my
long
God, what did I
enough.
just do? No, it wasn't
Yeah,
long
but she did it.
enough.
It wasn't
It
long
wasn't
enough.
long.
Yeah,
But you in a fight or flight situation,
true.
she fought. You know what I mean? Like at least she ain't buckle under the pressure and become the helpless dame in distress, I guess, if you
Uh
will.
huh.
I was trying to think of a different word that was more PC in this era, but I couldn't. So,
Hey, say what you feel.
but I thought it worked regardless. I ain't trip off that too much. I mean, if anything, it was the cop, the his new partner, the female cop, right? She
Uh
was
huh.
piecing stuff together way too fast. Like I was like, man, she need a promotion. She should be chief out here like Columbo. So yeah.
Nah. So that was good. I don't think I saw anything else off the top of my head right now. But I do know since we're on movies and stuff, I know this weekend is a big movie. You brought up Thunderbolts, which is coming out this weekend. I
Right.
hear I hear mixed reviews still going on with that. But I definitely want to go see it because I'm curious of what they doing with the Sentry character,
Yeah.
Bob or the Void, whatever you want to call him right now. All
Yeah.
three.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of touched on this a little bit last time too. I'm
Hmm.
definitely interested in seeing it. So, uh, whether I see it this weekend or, in the near future, like it's definitely on my list.
Yeah, there's a lot of other movies coming out too. I don't know if I mean, if you and the kids want to go see anything, but I think Minecraft is coming out this weekend also.
No, it's been out.
Is it? I'm
Yeah.
tripping then.
It's been
Okay.
out. Been out. Yep.
Oh, well, I guess
I
I'll
hadn't
go
seen it
take
yet
my
though.
my daughter.
Yeah. Nah.
And well, those are the only things that I know that's coming out. So, or has been out.
Yeah.
You
Well,
got
did you
anything
see
else?
the since we're on movies, you see the trailer for
Mm,
him?
him.
It's a football movie. Jordan Peele's producing it.
I
It's got
did. I
Marlon
did.
Wayans,
Hmm.
like a
I did see
horror
it.
behind CTE, and I guess that's what it is. A horror about CTE and football.
Yeah, I did see
Uh,
it. I did see it.
so I feel like that'd be intriguing. We'll see
It's
how that
intrigued.
goes.
I was going to say the exact same thing. It seems intriguing. I did
Hmm.
also see a trailer for The Rock's new movie, The Smashing
Oh
Machine.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I wonder how
I don't.
much makeup or CGI is on him
Yeah,
to cover up all them tattoos.
I couldn't. It's a couple parts. I was like, is that The Rock or is it somebody else? Like, it was
Mm,
hard to tell because of like you said, the makeup, even on his face, right? Because I don't know, they did something where it's like a different jawline or something, like trying to make him not look like The Rock. I think Emily
hmm.
Blunt, who's in the movie, she's probably gonna have an amazing role, like Emmy, or I mean not Emmy, but like an Oscar performance style role.
Why? Why? They said it though.
I don't know. It's just it's one of those movies that I feel like has the potential, but they're not gonna give it to The Rock. So a best supporting actress in Emily Blunt, I feel like is an easier get, right?
It depends on how much
Um,
she has in the movie. Like the trailer was heavily focused on her. It had a lot of her in
mhm.
it, but is she
Don't
like
have
in
to be a
every
whole lot.
scene?
Don't
Yeah.
have to be a whole lot. You know, what's her name? Jamie Lee Curtis won for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and she was barely in that movie.
Yeah, when they finally got to the office scene or whatever.
Yeah, you gave her the Oscar because she had some hot dog fingers. Like
Hmm.
it was a weird win. Like every now and again I feel like Hollywood just makes up for stuff. You know what I mean? Like you've been our screen queen for all these years and we ain't never give you nothing, so we gonna give you this one. It's no different than Denzel with Training Day. Like, is that the one he should have got it for? Gary
Absolutely not.
Oldman for his was it Darkest Hour or something like that, where he played
Mm.
Winston Churchill. Is that the one he should have got it for?
Oh,
These
Brendan
some
Fraser for the whale.
yeah, amazing actors. Not taking nothing away from their capability, but the movie
Hmm.
that they actually get it for, is that the
Right.
one, right? Or is it just the right timing where they're like, okay, like nothing else was going on this year. Let's give them
Right.
this
Ain't
one.
nothing else out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I saw a Happy Gilmore 2 trailer.
Yeah, yeah, it was actually in the theater when I was in there. I was like, I didn't know they were doing like a theater release.
Yeah.
So definitely gonna watch it when it hits Netflix. I'll say
Of
that.
course. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Absolutely. But
the first
nothing.
one's one of the
Nothing.
funniest movies I've ever seen in my life. So like definitely gotta follow that up.
I hope it's as funny. I hope
Yeah.
it doesn't fall into the sequel pit of trying to top the second one. I mean, the first one, but it falls
Yeah.
flat.
I think it's definitely gonna have aspects that tries to mirror the first one. Like there'll be some type of celebrity golfing tournament where instead of being with Bob Barker, he might be with Drew Carey this time. You know what I mean? Like same
Uh,
Price is Right type stick. We'll see. Hopefully it's as good. I think it's the little things about the first one that made it so good. Like he's on the driving range and he's like, "Who wants to bet me I can hit over the highway?" Like it's just
right.
stupid. Like speaking of Netflix, I'm gonna switch to TV shows real quick. Do you watch You?
You never heard of it.
You never heard of You? So it's a
You.
show.
I'm looking it up right now.
It
You
start.
on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. It's on season 5. It started out on like Lifetime, and then Netflix picked it up, and then it ended up getting a pretty big following.
Oh,
Uh, it's about a guy who does everything for the ones that he loves. And if you watch
mhm.
the show, that is a hilarious way to sum it up because it's a lot of killing in the show. But I ain't gonna get
That's
none
all you got to say.
away.
That's all. I mean, what's the
I
synopsis?
can't
Like
get.
all he's doing is killing people for no reason?
He does everything for the ones that he loves. So he gets infatuated with women, or like in the first season, a particular woman, and he, you know, does everything he can to make sure that they stay together and that she has a like relaxing life. I'm
You are
trying not to
so
give too
cryptic
much
right now.
away.
You are.
If you watch the first
Mm,
season, it takes some turns. And then after the first season, you kind of get the idea of what the show is. But even by the fourth season, it takes another turn. So like you just gotta kind of like watch it. Even the third season took a no, yeah, the second season. Yeah. Second season took a turn into the third season. Like it's
okay.
all good. But yeah, watch it. Watch it with LaShawn, watch it with your wife. I think it's a good couple show that both of y'all can get into.
She's not into all that killing and stuff
It's
like
a
that.
love story.
You sound like Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool too.
Yeah, exactly. It's a love story. At the heart, it's a love story.
I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I'll check it out.
I'm
I
telling
did
you,
try
check
to
it out.
start watching what's the movie that you told me with Seth Rogen?
Oh, the show,
The show.
the
Yeah.
no, well, it's not called the show. It's called what's it called?
It's on Apple Plus.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. I can't think of what it's called. Hold on, I'm bringing it up now because that's gonna kill me. The studio.
Yeah, I started watching the first episode with Ron Howard. I
Hmm.
think it was the first episode. That was the episode
Nah,
with Ron
I think
Howard.
that's like the second.
The
I think
second,
that's the
yeah,
second one.
yeah, that one was funny.
Yeah. Ron Howard when he was joking on him and stuff, like getting
Yeah.
attacked him. Yeah, nah.
So I guess I'll keep watching that and see how that goes.
Yeah, I gotta finish it up too. I'm not done with it. Kind of slow rolling that one. I ain't finished Shorzy. Shorzy's back for the what, season four?
I haven't
Season
either.
three?
I think
Three or
I watched
four?
episode one.
I did too. Yeah. Well, I think I watched 3 episodes, but I gotta finish it up. Because I
I think
blasted
it's
through
like
all the
four,
rest of them so
five.
fast. No, it's like four, maybe.
That's what I said four.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm trying
four.
to, I wanted to take my time and then I just kind of forgot about it.
Dude is hilarious though.
Oh yeah. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Um, I wish I would have known. I know we talked about this previously, past before. I wish I had been watching Letterkenny when it first came out,
Hmm.
and but I know we got caught up and everything like that. But it seemed like we were behind the 8 ball because it's a Canadian show, so
Yeah. In our 3 year absence on this
right.
podcast, the show has concluded of Letterkenny. It's all over. But it was a great show. And
Yeah, and
Jeremy,
Shorzy is good too.
yeah, I think his name's Jeremy Kels
Jared
Kelso.
Jared
Yeah, Jared
Kessel.
Kelso. Yeah, nah, hilarious dude. If they recast Wolverine, he's a strong pick for me. I think he really
He
work on that
would be a
role.
good Wolverine,
Yeah,
but his voice, like I would need to hear his actual voice because I don't think the ones he plays, Shorzy, is his real voice. So I would need to
Shorty's
hear his
definitely
actual
not. Yeah,
voice.
yeah, but I think that would be a
Well, I
good
mean, I
pick.
guess even when on Leonard Kenny, he was talking in his regular voice. I guess it's just the way that he talks. I guess it's
Yeah, I
not
mean as
Wolverine-ish.
Wayne,
Yeah,
but it's you can still. I feel like that's just gravitas, right? It's just growling a little bit,
yeah, yeah. It is. It
deepening up
is.
your voice. He can definitely pull it off
Oh,
without like
absolutely,
straining the vocal
absolutely.
cords. So,
Mhm.
nah. And I think he's only like 5'10", even though he looks tall as Wayne. He's not the biggest. That's why as Shorzy, he don't look so tall.
Nah, he looks short as crap.
Yeah. So you put him
Let me
next to like
see.
Channing Tatum, like it should work. You looking up his height?
I'm trying to, but I guess I ran into a roadblock here.
Hmm. I looked it up before. I'm pretty sure he's like,
Um, and this is taking too long.
was
I
it
was trying. I
Jared?
pulled it. Yeah, I ain't worried about it. You know, I'm at 5'9". He's
Five
pretty
nine
tall then. Yeah, he's pretty tall.
for Hollywood.
Yeah, how tall are you?
5'10".
Yeah, about your height. Pretty average, I guess, for
But
a Hollywood actor. Usually they're shorter than
in
that, but
yeah, in contrast to Hugh Jackman, who's like 6'2". You know what I mean? Like it fits better.
yeah, I think it's a good casting fit, actually.
Yeah. And he's Canadian.
Yeah,
Wolverine's supposed to he thinks he's Canadian. So
all right, so what's next? What's up? What's next? What else you got?
uh this weekend, well, last Thursday, I guess it was the NFL draft.
Hmm.
So on that, I got a couple things. One, Shador Sanders dropping all the way down to the fourth round. I'm not a huge football guy, right? I don't normally watch drafts, but I've been following this young brother since he was at Jackson State. I thought he was a phenomenal player there. Uh, I don't really agree with the way that Dion, his father, went to Colorado, pretty much fired everybody, told him to get in the transport portal, and then brought in his own team. Like that was a little hectic and a little messy, right? And then brought his son in to be the starting quarterback. Fine, I get it. You're a father.
Right.
I wish they would have just stayed at Jackson State the whole time and just kind of been this like surprise quarterback.
But if he would have stayed, would he be in the position he is now?
What'd you say?
If he would have stayed at Jackson State, would he be in the position that he is in now?
I think he still showed, well, first of all, he brought attention because they went undefeated in that conference, which, the SWAC ain't the greatest conference in college football, but to go undefeated in the SWAC, I think says something. Winning that championship. Would he be in the position that he's in right now? He went fourth round. So yes, he would have been in the same position that he's in right now. Uh, Now, had he gone first round, no, he wouldn't have been in that position coming out of Jackson State. So honestly, it kind of put him back to where he probably would have been anyway.
Hmm.
The only difference is I think possibly more teams would have been willing to take a chance on him had he stayed at Jackson State. I think the whole move to Colorado, the showmanship that is Deion Sanders and how he coaches and, he's like a Lamar Ball that actually coaches, right? You know what I mean? Like he's going hard for his kids. I understand, but is it against your own kid at the same time? Like how hard you go for them, right? So the teams pass on Shador because they didn't want to deal with Dion. I don't know, but I think the brother should have went more than just the fourth round.
I agree with that. And I agree that it had potentially something to do with Dion as well. I don't know if they don't like all of the attention that he was getting. Like he was
Hmm.
coming in and being like the savior of the NFL for some reason. But I think it was a combination of a lot of different things. I really do think so.
Yeah, I mean Shador
What about
himself,
the
I think he showed a lot of maturity in his football play style, sitting in the pocket. He don't run. He could run. He has the feet of Dion. He just chooses not to use it. So I'd have took a chance on him to go to fourth round again and be drafted by the Browns, who already has like he made number five quarterback. They already drafted a quarterback in this draft and already had like three other quarterbacks. So now he's number five. That's crazy to me. He deserves
yeah,
better.
agree, 100% agree. I even just asked ChatGPT or Gemini AI
Hmm.
if he would have stayed at Jackson State, would he have went earlier in the round? And he said that he definitely would have went earlier, possibly as a day three pick, which I think was
That's still that's still
three. Yeah,
that's still the fourth round
no,
because
it's like
day
yeah,
one,
also
round one was day one. Day two was round two and three, and then day three was round four.
I'm just double checking to make sure that yeah, I think you right. Well, as I was saying it out loud, I was like, wait a minute, that don't sound right. Yeah, yeah, same. Yeah, round 4, 5, 6, and 7 with day three.
Yeah,
So it says it really wouldn't have mattered, basically,
nah, right. He would have been back
in that
where he
hypothetical
started.
situation. Hmm.
Yeah, but I think in the long run, he would have brought more attention to the SWAC. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because like at the time that Dion was at Jackson State was the big push for black athletes to go to HBCUs. Like, don't
HBCUs. Hmm.
go take your talents to HBCUs. And then I think by Dion and Shador and Shiloh all leaving Jackson State and going to Colorado, uh, I think it kind of hindered that whole process because it's basically telling them telling people like that's not good enough for us. You know what I mean? Like it's yeah, we was on top, but there's no
I,
competition, so we're gonna go over here where there's some
well,
competition.
what I got from it was chase money. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got from it. Like,
Right.
yeah, you here and you doing well and you're supporting your own and you're
Hmm.
encouraging others to come where you are. But then as soon as an opportunity came to, jet, they all took it.
Yeah. I'll give you that, chase money, but what examples does that teach those coming behind them? It's kind of
Chase money.
Like Floyd Mayweather, right? Boxing was about power and knocking people out and trying to win as fast as possible. Floyd came with
Yeah.
this point-based system, pity pat, punching,
Mhm.
last to the 12th round because you get more money. And then that's what everybody started doing. And then boxing went down, like for most people, boxing went downhill. So, like, chasing
And
money
tell
ain't
you when the
everything
last time
all
I
the
watched a
time.
boxing match, a real boxing match, not no exhibition.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I hadn't seen, I, I hear some of them are getting good again, like Crawford and I don't know who else is out there because I don't really watch it no more.
Yeah, see, the once upon a time where you knew everybody.
Man, knew everybody. I knew the
Same thing with
whole light
basketball.
heavyweight. I was watching the playoffs this weekend. I was like, man, all these cats is new to me. Like, I don't know none of these people. Met up with some friends and we just chilled out in an Airbnb, just watching the
Hmm.
playoffs. And they such and such came from, you know, Idaho State or wherever. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Is LeBron playing next? Like, what I mean, like, get a ball to Steph. Like, let's talk about how Steph is the greatest of all time. Like, I don't know these people.
Nah. Oh man. Um, anything else
Oh, so
on
still talking
sports?
about the draft, right? So something I did notice watching, especially the first round, because I watched the first night for the most part, because I was waiting for Shador. I was Tennessee. I went to see what Tennessee was going to draft, which we had the first pick. And I say
Mhm.
we by proxy of living in Tennessee. I am a Titan fan, even though the Lions is where my heart
And
is,
number,
right?
absolutely.
But so we took Cam Ward, which was good. I don't think we should have got a quarterback, but whatever. But what I really was tripping off of, and it's not new at all, is that all these brothers out here, they got their family around them, they got
Hmm.
their loved ones. They
Hmm.
get up, they kiss their mama,
Yeah,
they dap up their dad,
I'm
and then they
listening.
kiss their white girlfriend.
Mm. Mm. And some of them got
Like,
kids already.
man, all of them. I was like, yo, what is
So,
this phenomenon? I mean, it's not,
hey,
and it's not new.
it's
It's
not.
known for athletes, right? This is
So,
one of the things that black women get mad at, or
mhm.
I don't know if they still do, because every commercial I see now got a black woman and a white dude. But
So I went to a cigar lounge and watched the draft with
mhm,
a couple of people, and the conversation that we had was these boys or somebody should be telling them, excuse me, these young men, they should be telling them they should go ahead and get a procedure done while in college. And then that way it limits the chance of them having children and being tied to said woman before they get to the NFL. Does that make sense?
it do. But do you think that's
Because
why?
you can always reverse it.
But what? So yes, I, I kind of agree with that to an extent. Or they can just practice some self-discipline and not sleep with everything under the sun.
They can't do that.
They
The
could,
young bulls.
they could,
Hey, can't do
but
that. It's too much out here.
what makes them from a psychological aspect of things? Because it has to be something psychological. I feel like if it's happening across the board, what makes them not date within their own race, right?
How you know they're not? How you know they're not?
That's not who they brought to the party.
No,
That's not
it
who
may
they
not
brought to
be.
the draft party.
It may be because as we know, there are stereotypical things that said about our women in regards to nagging and not there for us or not uplifting and things like that nature. So if you're if I'm dating you and you're not giving me that, and I go date somebody else who doesn't look like you, who is giving me exactly what I want and need, it's a no-brainer.
Do you think possibly that now we're on a stereotype of our own to where, like, say I'm a young athlete, right, coming up in the game. My predecessors that come before me has been in this cycle, right? Like they dated outside their race. So now I look at that and I'm like, that must be the norm. Like I'm an athlete, I'm a professional athlete. Maybe that's what I'm meant to do. Without giving any thought to it, you just kind of fall into the same cycle that everybody else has. Or is it really that different races give different levels of peace? Because I think essentially that's what most men want. Is like
Mhm.
I just want to, if I'm having a hard day at practice, you know what I mean? I'm beat up, I'm hurt, I'm bruised. I just want to come home, sit down, play some video games, eat, go to sleep, do it all again tomorrow. I don't need a thousand things being thrown at me as soon as I get through the door. Is that what it is? Is are we raising, are different races raising their women differently? Because I hear
Yes.
across the board men say the same
Yes.
thing, like they want peace. So
Yes,
why?
absolutely.
So as a girl dad, right? At what level does that, like? How does that happen to where now we're in this? People don't think black women give men peace,
Mm. I think it didn't happen overnight, but I
right?
do think that it has been a buildup over generations in regards to I'm not saying we are behind the eight ball, so we got to go get what we want to go get on both sides, men and women, is what I'm saying. So if I'm career focused and she's career focused, neither one of us wants to give a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a give and take. But nobody wants to give. Everybody just wants to take.
Hmm.
So if we're in a power struggle within our relationship, okay, fine. You go do you. I go get somebody else who want to give to me.
You know, I looked up the stat earlier today. Um, where I looked up, I ain't look it up. I asked GPT, uh, about marriages and races, like same race marriage, essentially. Asian Americans has the highest rate. I was like, that
Of
makes
what?
sense. Of any other race being married and staying married the
Hmm.
longest. They have the highest rate of being married and staying married the longest. Both Asian Americans. I was like, okay. Then behind them is like our Latino brothers and sisters, right? Then whites,
Hmm.
Caucasians. We are last, like
I believe it.
last. I was like, it's
Hmm.
crazy.
Why would you think
Now,
anything else though?
so I'm trying to think of the psychology behind it. Again, like I said already, right?
I,
Like what is it? It's got to be something. It's got to be something from our past too. Like you said, this isn't just happen overnight, right? Because this psychology is kind of built into us, right?
but it's a. I'm sorry to cut you off. To me, in my opinion, you're talking about me being a girl dad. Uh, in my opinion, again, it was a like a princess mentality. When
Hmm.
you raising them to become princesses, hey, I want you to be a princess. You should be taken care of. Have all these people do, and then it don't help when girls get together and they say this exact same thing. Like, even though you in this new age of reality TV and everything like that, so all they're saying is like, if you don't take me to some five-star restaurant on the first date, then I don't want to be with you, type stuff. Because I was little, whether you were in a single parent household or a two parent household, I was getting all of this stuff when I was little. So I'm expecting even more as an adult. Does that make
Hmm.
sense?
Yep. Yeah, that do make sense. And I think that is probably a good piece of it. Um, I think also there's probably a level of, so let's talk about, well, I don't know. I didn't come from a single parent household, clearly. Like clearly you know this. Um, our parents are still together. Not bragging, just saying. Uh, but
What you mean? That's a
nah, I ain't
beautiful
trying to
thing.
No, it is a beautiful thing. I'm not trying to diss anybody that's listening and be like, ah, my life was better than yours. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just
That's
saying,
not what I got from that. I'm saying that,
yeah,
I'm saying this is just
that's how I
a
felt when it
conversation
came
that
out of
we're
my
having.
mouth.
You
But
must be
what I
something
was,
going on in you. I'm
no,
talking about
nothing,
psychology.
nothing. What I was thinking was, because I was trying to think like, what generation did we start to have this mindset that black men ain't nothing, right? Um, they abandon their families, and that whole mentality, which brings some of that, you know what I mean? It brings some of that anger and animosity and whatever to the table, right? And it's all perpetuated by Hollywood, especially in the 70s and during the black exploitation era and stuff like that, right? We're all pimps and drug dealers and blah 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 blah. So I was
I think,
thinking, I
okay,
was
go
like,
ahead.
was it our grandparents' generation? Like, were they cool? Right? I don't know. I don't know if they was cool or if they just, dealt with some stuff that they kept secret. They're the
A
keepers of
lot
some
of secrets.
secrets. They're the,
Absolutely.
like they're the keepers of some secrets.
They
So
are
then
the
I was like,
gatekeepers.
let me think further back. I'm like, what it could be. I'm not saying it's what it is. What if it started during slavery? Right? And this is why I say this. If I, during slavery times, have a wife, as a black man, I have a black wife, right? If Massa wants a black wife, I got two choices. I can die for her, or I can just let it happen, right? So I'm not a protector because either I died and it's going to happen anyway, or I just let it happen. And then I really don't have that respect of being a protector. So we were set up since slavery to
Bro, you
not
getting deep.
protect.
You
I'm
getting
just
deep, and you took a left turn when I thought you was going somewhere else with this. Honestly, like the whole demeanor of the whole show just came down a little bit to me,
I
in
ain't
my
trying to bring
opinion. I'm
it
like, oh
down.
my God.
I'm just throwing it out there, especially as, people listening and just trying to think of different ways of how we got to this point where now every commercial, there's no same race family, right? It's all mixed race,
No,
all
it's
mixed
not.
race families.
There
Unless you watching BET,
no, it's not.
watching primetime TV.
There is a lot of mixed race commercials. I give you that. It absolutely is. But it's still a majority of single race, white, predominantly commercials that are out there. But
No,
it also depends on on the stations that you're watching or whether you're streaming or not, and the area that you live in, or what's being pushed to you.
that part is true, but I'm not talking about like the Caucasian race. Like, yes, they have a lot of same race commercials, right? And there always will. That's predominantly the the shows are going to be that way as well, right? Whereas the Caucasian man is married to the Caucasian woman. Like, that's just the way it's going to be. But now you see this narrative. If you look at movies, films, TV shows, unless it's produced or directed directly towards black people. So that's why I said BET. Most of the time you see an interracial couple, regardless of whether it's a black man, white woman, black man, Asian woman, black man, Latino woman, black woman, white man. You see that a whole lot now, out of like in the past 5 years, probably since the pandemic. Like, it just has been an uptick. Like,
So what's your point? What you getting at?
hey,
What's your whole
it's
synopsis?
not helping. It's not helping. It's not helping. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like a way to tear down a black family.
So
You know
we
what I'm
got
saying?
here off of the NFL draft.
Yes, because these brothers could be using their wealth and their fame to help perpetuate a strong black household. But
But you,
instead, they've gone the other way and it's blasted on TV for everybody to see. So now if I'm a young football player and I'm watching this draft and I'm looking up to these dudes, Cam Ward is my guy. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm a kid and Cam Ward's my guy and I see him with this woman, that's the way I feel like I'm supposed to go. That's how these kids think.
how do you you ain't a kid no more. You first of all, you
I'm
far from
not.
you and removed.
I'm not. And
But
nor did I ever
again,
think that way.
but going back to your point about the ones that are being on TV, everybody who went in the draft where it's not on TV.
True.
So what you saw on TV, but again, I agree with you with
I'm
being pushed
generalizing,
the narrative,
100% generalizing. I know this.
but you didn't say that. You just saying that it's
I'm
being pushed, which I
stereotyping them
agree.
just like just like we get stereotyped. Like I'm stereotyping them to be like all of them with a white woman. That's not 100% true. We know this.
It's not no, but that's not what you saying. You saying that it actually is.
I'm saying it's too many to count. Like,
But I do think that going back to uh the girl dad thing and the nag, I don't want to say nag, it's not nagging, it's just not giving us men what we are looking for. So everybody is looking for something different. And if you don't find what you're looking for in said woman, you just move to the next one until you find somebody who's giving you what you're looking for. And in this case or these cases, it is a difference in how we're raising our children across the spectrum. So when was the last time that you had a real deep conversation with a group of youth, I would say, and asked them how are they being raised? Or if when you're as you're raising your son, are you going to instill in him, hey, this is how you treat a woman, da 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 da. But then how guaranteed are you to know or to believe that he's going to find a woman who has been raised to not take from him, but to pour into him?
I mean, you never know. You know what I mean? Like you can do everything. You're absolutely right. We can do everything on our side to raise upstanding young men and women, right? Um, be a good example for them, show them the way, talk to them about how they should be treated and all that type of stuff. But that doesn't mean that's who they're gonna end up with. Ain't nothing you can do about it. All you can do is just at that point try to instill some knowledge, some wisdom, you know, tell them what you see, whether they like it or not, because that's part of the job of a parent. And hopefully they listen to you. But if they don't, uh, they'll figure it out, or maybe that's what they want in the first place. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think I said this on a previous episode long time ago, years ago or whatever. It was just like nobody's teaching our young ladies how to be women or how to be wives. Let me say that.
Right. Because
So everybody
they're
is learning on the fly, and everybody is, I'm saying, just learning as they go. Nobody's really teaching how to keep that man. They're just saying, hey, go, you're treated as a princess. Don't let nobody treat you lesser than what you are worth. And
well, I
then
mean, we're raising independent people.
Mhm.
You know what I
That's what I'm
mean?
getting at. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So there is a line to draw or to that you can balance both sides where you're an independent person, but yet you can still give what give to the person that you're wanting to be with something
Yeah.
and not take from that person.
Even you talk about princesses, even the Hollywood Disney princess movies that are being remade now. So in the cartoon, they were one thing, right? They were raised to be a princess, find a king or a prince to, you know, rule the kingdom with, essentially. So essentially, they were the ruler or they were the lineage of the ruler, but they
Hmm.
gotta go find a dude to rule their kingdom for them, right? Because that's, I mean, that was just the times, right? Good or bad, indifferent, whatever. Now it's I don't need that dude.
Hmm.
And we're even going to change the story to where I end up being the one that's ruling. And like, if I do get a dude, like he's my side, like he's just on the side, like it's just this dude over here, right? So even Aladdin, I think a Guy Ritchie's Aladdin live action with Will Smith, it had a whole new song about Jasmine wanting to be the ruler, and it ended with her being the Sultan and
Hmm.
Aladdin just being like her prince, right? The new Snow White's
Side
getting a
piece.
lot of hate. Yeah, new Snow White's getting a lot of hate because there's no real love story in there. It's just some dude that's just like around. He ends up kissing her in the end to bring her back, but like he's not really needed outside of that. And I think that's only because it was baked into the essence of the original story. So they couldn't take it out 100%.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, ain't nothing I can say about that. All I'm thinking, only thing that I can think of is that everything is being pushed to, yeah, I am independent. Yeah, I don't need you. But then when stuff actually happens to where you do need me, now I want you. But by that time, it's too late.
Mm.
In real life is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it goes to, yeah, you're an independent person, female. You're an independent person. You don't need me. You got your own money. You got your own bag. You got your own group of friends. You're going out. You're doing this X, Y, and Z. But then you live in an apartment or you live in a house or a townhome and something breaks.
Right.
Yeah, you can call a handyman or whatever, but you don't have a man that actually can go to help you and do that
Yeah.
stuff.
Change your tire or something. Yeah.
Right.
No, I got you.
Change the tire. That seems so simple, but it is. Ask
I mean,
20
it's some
dudes.
men. Yeah, it's some men that don't know how to change your tire.
Ask 20 dudes if they know how to do it. I bet you maybe three of them know how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of simple things. Change a door handle. Like, so simple, just basic mechanics. You know what I mean? But everybody ain't that.
No,
Everybody didn't
no.
grow up with that
Yeah,
example neither.
it's
You
true.
know what I mean?
That is
So
true.
kudos to our father for, hey man, like I gotta go change this tire, come outside. Or, whatever he was working on or had to fix. Like, hey, y'all come watch me. So
Mm,
even though I may not 100% know what he did, I can at least fiddle around with it long enough to kind of figure it out if I run into that problem. Or I was just breaking toys and trying to put them back together, like, you know what I mean? And just like, yeah, I got
that
yelled
was me.
at, but like that's part of being a young child, young male child, I think, especially because we're just trying to figure out the mechanics of the world because that's kind of how our mind operate. We're just trying to figure out how can we fix this? I'm gonna break it so I can try to fix it.
Going back to your conversation about what you were talking about and the narratives being pushed and everything like that, one thing that popped up in my hand also was about a conversation that I actually had yesterday with seven other men. We have a group that got together and we were talking around a topic, and the topic was about imposter syndrome. Excuse me, imposter syndrome, and what does that mean to you and everything like that. And as we were talking about the dynamics of, that narrative of an athlete going to be a professional athlete and getting paid, millions of dollars, and the psychology behind all of that and everything like that. One thing that we were talking about yesterday also was about, am I good enough to fit into this space with what I currently have, or do I need to go find something else to make me believe that I do fit into this space? Going back to what you were saying, like, do I need this white woman to make me feel like I belong in this location or
Mhm.
this place or whatever that it may be, um, or is it something else? So I mean, I'm trying to tie the two back into each other or whatever, but I think it's a good question to be asked. Also,
It could be. I mean, that could be part of it too. I mean, it's not 100% one answer to any of this stuff.
no, absolutely
So
no.
that could be part of it. I mean, when you was talking about that, I was thinking about OJ, right? Like he wanted to disassociate himself from the black community while he was a professional athlete. Um, and with these white women, he thought he could be in these spaces that it's the 70s and the 80s. He ain't supposed to be in those spaces. But because of his level of fame and what he could do on that football field, he thought he deserved to be in those spaces. He could have been groundbreaking for all I know. You know what I mean? Nobody's ever going to look at OJ and be like, man, that brother was ahead of his time.
Mm,
But realistically, he was in some spaces that he wasn't supposed to be in. Now that those white women validate him in those spaces, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's why he felt like he needed to have them. Maybe it was a status thing. Like if I'm gonna live out in Bel Air, I can't like I gotta look like they look. I gotta dress how they
right,
dress. You
right.
know what
I
I
can't
mean? That
bring all
type of
these black
thing.
people out here.
Right.
Mm,
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like it's definitely probably part of the conversation of imposter
yeah.
syndrome. And something else I told this dude today. Um, we I think there's a false stereotype of black men of that like we're the I don't know we're not all drug dealers of course but like we're not all angry. We do get angry but like anybody gets angry, like this is part of being a person, right? But I think we are probably some of the most nerdiest people on this earth, African American black men, right? And I say that because some of the things that we don't talk about, but it's been out there forever. Martial arts films. All black people like all black men like martial arts films in some type of way, right? Like Wu-Tang showed us this a long time ago. Comic books. Most of Wu-Tang has an alias to a comic book character, right? I got tattoos on me, on me of comic book stuff. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of black dudes do. Anime is a big one. I was
Mhm.
telling the story earlier today. I was at Fisk freshman year. Dragon Ball Z was big, and like Goku was charging up to be like the next, Super Saiyan 2 or something like that. And for whatever reason, it was a big storyline. I was like, I'm gonna watch this in the lobby. I don't care who see me. Like, I'm just gonna be bold in my nerdness, and I'm just gonna go down here, and people can make fun of me if they want to. And I had like one other person with me, right? We sitting there watching this stuff, and I'm into it. I don't even recognize what's happening behind me. This lobby is filling up with everybody in the dorm all wanting to watch the same thing because they
Mhm.
all really did watch it. They just didn't want to say, you know what I mean? Like everybody's just in their individuality and trying not to say like, oh, I watch anime. Same thing with wrestling. I remember Triple H came back one time. He was all jacked and
Jacked.
everything. I was sitting there at this watching it with like one or two other people. And I turned around and like by the time he, you know, pedigreed somebody and spit the water in the air, I heard a whole bunch of people cheering. I turned around, the whole place is full. I was like, I didn't know all y'all watch wrestling. Like it was
Mhm.
crazy. I was like, well, we talk about this stuff, but like I went all the way through high school thinking like I'm the only one, you know what I mean? Like, or like I'm the anomaly. Video games. Black people love video games. Magic. We love magic. Like we are the corniest, some of the corniest, nerdiest people in the world, but nobody ever looks at it that way. You know what I mean? And maybe that could be a part of the imposter syndrome that you're talking about. We're not being our true selves out in the world because we're hiding some of who we are. Because you'll walk into a room and just start
Because you're
talking
afraid
about
of what other
anime.
people gonna think about.
Yeah,
Mhm.
100%. Think you're gonna get judged. Meanwhile, that person you think that's gonna judge you, that drug dealer or you ain't even gotta be a drug dealer, but like the dude that you think is, a little tough, like the bully at school or whatever the case may be, he probably watched the exact same thing. He just ain't sit, you know what I mean? Like it's just people not talking to people. Crazy. Imposter syndrome. Everybody's be faking it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it was a good discussion yesterday. Also, just the FYI, I know you didn't. I sent you the plug to
Yeah, yeah,
come, but
yeah. You
you
sent
couldn't
it to me
make it.
late. That's cool.
Yeah, I know, I know,
Um,
I know. I did.
but I was gonna shout you out, and I'm glad you mentioned it because like um you and your people just coming together but it's part of your fraternity, right? Alpha.
Mhm.
Right? So that's big.
But
And I
but it's
know they
open
do
to
it
everybody.
everywhere. Now I know. And I know they do it everywhere where like, people put stuff together and like have these conversations and stuff like that. But anytime somebody does something like that, man, that's kind of big. You know what I mean? And it takes a lot of courage for people to go to those type of things, I think.
Hmm.
And it takes even more courage to probably put them on. And then to have the boldness to invite other brothers out to be a part of it because you don't know how that person's going to react, right? So like it takes a boldness to be like, hey man, why don't you come out, open up a little bit, talk about your feelings, you know what I mean? It's a good conversation with some good brothers, you know what I mean? So like shout out your people for doing that, you know. It's good stuff.
Nah, I appreciate it. And two things came to my mind as you were saying that yesterday. Also, we were talking about um, receiving your flowers. Again, this is another thing as men. I don't know if it's about just with black men, but in men, I know uh, it's hard to accept your flowers. Like
Hmm.
even as you were saying it, I kind of almost dismissed it, but then I hurry up and remembered what was said yesterday about just receive it. You know what I'm saying? You were actually saying, yeah, that's a good thing that what y'all are doing. I appreciate you what y'all doing. Keep it up, basically. And I was almost about to dismiss him, like, man, it is what it is, it's whatever. But it actually is a big deal because
Hmm.
many people suffer in silence.
Hmm.
And our topics are, a wide range of topics that we have been talking about, but it is powerful to just come out of your shell and be around a couple of people. You don't even got to say nothing, but just to be in the room to know that you're not the only one that's be going through said thing. So I appreciate you for saying that, one. And then two, the conversations that we do be having, as you was talking about, just in, it's not just my fraternity brothers. It is open to all men, and we are trying to increase our numbers, because we do believe that the things that we be talking about is very impactful. And even if you come and not say a word, you're going to walk away with something, just because you can resonate with what the conversation is being talked about in the room. So yeah, I invite you out.
I don't know where to go with it. Like, how we segue off that thing.
Hey, I was trying to find a way to segue off your psychology trip that you went down,
Hey
but
man, look, hey, think about it, brothers. It gets deep. There's like generational trauma is a thing, right? And I'm not going back down this rabbit hole, but if we keep it in a box, it's gonna stay in a box. You know what I'm saying? So being once a failed psychology major, I often think about like what is the psychology behind something. So that I was just trying to like, what's the root cause of this thing, right? Because it's got to be a fix, or at least a way to try to overcome the damage and impact that has already happened. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So
you
I
sound
don't
like you
know.
want to you might want to, offer somebody to come onto the show and have that conversation with you.
I don't know. I don't. Look,
Hey
I
man,
got my
you just said if it stay in the box, it's gonna stay in the box, man.
true,
Open the
but
box, man.
look, man,
Now you, hey,
I'm trying to help
hey,
these other
not,
people out. You know what I'm saying? I got my black family. I'm all black
how,
love over here.
hey, bro, hey, how can you not help somebody out by having a conversation then?
Nah, I mean, it's all helpful. I'm not against it. I'm just messing around, trying to be funny right now. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, nah, I'm pushing these conversations at work, even like just trying to figure out like how people think and like how we got to this point, right? Um, doing it in a funny way so that way people don't take it too serious, but still trying to get, their thought
Right,
process
people
behind
thinking,
things.
yeah, yep, yep.
Yeah. I think that's everything I had.
I know,
I
yeah, I
summed it
know.
up in that one long threw about 12 things in there. Just yeah.
No, it was kind of slow. It was kind of slow. Um, I really don't have anything. Honestly, I think we talked about everything that we was gonna talk about, really.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's a good stopping point. You don't
Yeah,
need to keep
yeah.
pushing it.
No, no, not at all. It's a pretty long episode, longer than the last one. So I think
Yeah. I felt we talked about this. I felt like the last episode we was kind of
it was rushed.
constrained. Yeah. So hopefully this one comes across a little bit better. Gave a little bit more time to breathe. Um, Again, leave your comments. If you like what we talking about, if you want us to talk about something else, if you want us I mean, y'all stick to entertainment. Y'all dudes ain't, you know what I mean? You ain't Dr. Phil out here. Um, cool. Let us know if that's the stuff that you don't like, or maybe you do like that, and that's what you want to hear
And you wanted
more
to talk
of.
more about it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Tell us,
subscribe.
what you think about the new logo. Kind of went back and forth on a couple of ideas. Still in the same manner, just a couple different takes. So, yeah.
Cool beans, man. Well, I appreciate you for hopping on, sharing your knowledge, and making people think.
Hey man, I ain't all just about movies. You know what I mean? I'm deep. I got layers like an onion.
Like, I was going to say the same
I'm out
thing.
here like Shrek. All right, man. It's been
All right.
real.
Well, I appreciate the conversation, man. Stay tuned for the next episode.
Yep.